All right. Welcome to Hit the Court, ATP Indian Wells 1000. We're going to be talking futures and best bets for this coming up. We're starting tomorrow. Yes, Nella?
Yes, we're starting tomorrow. Very
All right.
excited.
I guess I'm excited too. Yeah, this is hitthepick.com. Make sure you go to hitthepick.com, get your free $100. All you have to do is put in your email, get a bunch of picks from our best cappers. Simple as that. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to this video so you can see all the other videos that came out. My name is Tom Macrina. You can find me at Rycape on all social media. And I'm here with Nello. Nello, how you doing, man?
Hi Ray, how you doing? Very excited for this first round of the Indian Wells. We had a pretty good qualifying bets in our Discord in the yesterday and today. I think I didn't have a single loss today, so all winners to the Indian Wells matches. So
So
I'm pretty yeah
qualifying
qualif-
was good for you.
yeah well, it was a complete sweep for me. So I
Yeah.
think it will be very very interesting the first round for me.
When does qualifying end?
It ends tonight. The games are already started, so I think it will end like in 2 hours or something.
Are any of these people who are playing tonight, they have to play again tomorrow?
I think they can play tomorrow or on Thursday.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. So last time we were here Sunday, you told us about the tournament, court, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Uh lines have come out.
Yes.
Uh I guess there are some players that you like futures wise.
Yes. Yes.
Let's start getting into it.
So, first of all, I'm going to take two picks from the futures that I have most confident in. That's Alexander Zverev to make the semifinal at plus 250. I think this line is great. A bit of juice here because Zverev made the final in the Australian Open a few months ago, and the court speeds are a bit similar, like the US Open as well. And I think Zverev can have a good shot at this Indian Wells tournament because he's playing a good level of tennis. And and the second pick that I
Hold
have
on,
is
let me ask you a question about
yes,
Zverev. Because you were high on him the last time we talked.
yes, yes.
Do you like him to win? No, because of his price. Why are we
Uh,
going semis?
I think semis because there are also some players in the draw that I think can upset Zverev, such as Alcaraz. Even if Djokovic is healthy, he can beat Zverev in this Indian Wells tournament. So I think Zverev making the semifinal. I saw the draw that he had. I think sorry. I think he has a good chance. And I think this odd is pretty good for the draw that I saw. I think this line is pretty good for Zverev to make the semifinals.
Yeah. So he once he gets to the semifinals, he may have problems there.
Yeah, because he can face like Alcaraz, he can face Medvedev, he can even face Djokovic because Djokovic is on the side of Alcaraz draw, so they will face some at some point of the event.
All right, and you're hoping it's the semifinals.
Yes,
Yeah. All right.
because my second pick is Alcaraz to make the final at
Mhm.
plus 130. I trust more Zverev than Alcaraz because that note that I gave you right now because Djokovic is on his side of the draw, so he will certainly get into Djokovic like in the quarters, I think, or even the semis. So for me, Alcaraz can get to the final if he passes Djokovic. In
All
my
right.
opinion, that's
And
clear.
he's the betting favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, to win the tournament, yes,
Uh,
at plus 4,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. And you're saying he has the easier path to the finals.
Maybe because the only person that I think can dethrone Alcaraz here in his side of the draw is Djokovic.
Right. All right. Sweet. What else you looking for?
Now I have some long shots. These odds are very high, so I take lower risks. I have Jack Draper to make the semifinals. I think that, let me see where his price is, plus 500. So it's a long shot for Draper. I saw Draper in the Australian Open. He played great. He had an injury. That's my concern. That's why I'm going with a lower risk on him. But I think if he can come with the level of tennis he was showing in the Australian Open, I think he can make problems in the tournament and go in a deep run.
All right. What side of the bracket is he on? The Alcaraz side or the other side?
I can't be sure of what
Yeah.
I'm saying because I only the part of the draw that made my eyes pop was the Alcaraz and Djokovic one because
Right.
that's a big battle.
I got you. All right. So he Draper's going to have to upset to get.
Yeah, someone. Yeah, he's
Right.
going to, and I think he has the ability to do that.
Yeah.
In my
And you
opinion, he
like the
has.
price.
Yes,
All right.
but again, it's a long shot. That's why I'm going with a lower risk bet here.
Yeah. You might want to just put a half unit on this rather than a full unit.
No, I'm not saying like a half unit. This is a long shot. I rather go with a 0.25 unit because this is a big risk.
All right. I got
Yeah,
you.
a quarter unit.
Yep. All right. What else you got?
Next one, I have two Americans to make also the semifinal because I don't have quarterfinal lines, so I'm going to play with this long shot ones at the semifinal. I'm
Yeah.
going
Let
to
me real
go.
quick. So a lot of these we were looking before the show started, and I don't have a lot of them. So make sure
Yes,
you shop around.
yes.
Some of
We,
these you may have
we
to look for.
some bookies don't have the semifinal lines, so you need to shop around to see where which book has those type of lines.
Yep. All right. Good.
Okay, so I have two Americans to make the semifinal as well. Long shots: Ben Shelton at plus 700, and Tommy Paul are at 450. Tommy Paul last year made semifinals, so I'm taking him with a lower risk bet for him to defend his points, like we talked about in our last show,
Mhm.
because he needs to defend his points from last year. And also Ben Shelton, he manifested that the courts have more speed now than last year, and that his type of play. He's a fast-paced guy with a big serve, and this type of conditions benefits him. That's why I like Shelton to make this long shot. It's very risky play, but I think he can do it. Besides Sinner this year, he's not in the draw
Mhm.
because he's suspended, like I said in the previous video. So he has a chance because he lost to Sinner in the quarterfinals last year, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So these guys, you're going to be like, we might get some good numbers as the tournament goes on for these guys
Yes,
against in
I
theory better
think
players.
I think in the first round matchups, the line for these players to win the money line, I think they will be lower. But as far as the tournament goes forward, they will get higher odds.
Yep.
And for me, this this Ben Shelton one, I think this has value because the kid likes a lot these fast courts. He likes a lot to play in the US Open. This venue of the Indian Wells this year is very similar to the US Open.
So
And he had
Ben Shelton is your dark horse.
yes, Ben Shelton is my dark horse
All right.
actually.
I like it.
I, I
I'm gonna bet some Ben Shelton.
I don't think he can win the tournament because it's a very difficult task. He's young. He doesn't have the experience that some players already have of making finals and winning big tournaments. But I think he can do a big run in this tournament, for in my opinion.
All right. I like that. That's everything for the futures.
Yeah, for the futures, I think I said Zverev, Alcaraz to make the final, and the long shots Draper, Tommy Paul, and Ben Shelton.
Perfect. All right. I like it. All right. So I guess let's talk about Wednesday. What do we have
Yeah.
going on for Wednesday?
Wednesday we have a big slate with 21 games, but I don't like all the games. I I made a selection of them. I picked 10 games that I have some leans and some likes. I'm going to show you them. First, Ray, can you
Yep, I'm going to
introduce the
pull up
board?
the screen and then you tell people what they should be betting.
Okay. Thank you, Ray. Let me just open my phone. I have my games here. So let's start with Arnaldi versus Kovacevic. Kovacevic, American player playing in a home soil. I think he can upset Arnaldi. I lean towards the upset, and I like him to cover the spread. I don't know if we had lines, Ray, for the what's the number for the spread. If you can check that, please.
The spread. Hold on,
Yeah,
I
the
jumped
spread,
out.
the spread for Kovacevic, for him to cover. Let me. See, I can see it. I can see it
I'm going to
here
pull it up.
too.
Kasafovich.
Yeah, Kovacevic, not Kekmanovic. Kovacevic.
See, this is
This is how I have here. I have +3, Ray. Check that out, please.
Kovacevic. Spell it for me.
Yes, Alexander Kovacevic.
All right.
I have +3 for him. If you could check that, if that's true. I have +3 at 1.90. That's equal to -110, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I'm on. Hold on. You keep talking. I'll look for that.
Okay, so for me, as I said, Kovacevic can upset Arnaldi. Kovacevic likes to play in the US. He feels the home crowd support, and in my I will lean towards the Kovacevic money line. I think that's something around plus 170, if I'm not
All right.
mistaken.
So I got him. His spread of +3.5 is -140. You get
Okay,
2.5 at even money.
okay. That's good. I will take +3 at -143 actually, and I will lean the Kovacevic money line.
His money line. All right.
Yes, I think the money line it's plus 170 if I'm not mistaken.
They don't make it easy to find anything.
I have here
I'm
some
on DraftKings. I don't look through them all the time. So
no problem. But I have here a few lines. I have plus 170. I have the best one I found. It's plus 191, plus 180.
looks like I have. Yeah. Yeah. I have +175,
Okay,
+160.
okay. So let's lean. I will lean towards Kovacevic on the money line, and I like him to cover this spread against Arnaldi. I'm going to take +3, not +2.5. I'm going to take the risk, have a lower odd, and go with the +3 at -143. Like right, Ray?
I only get 3.5, and that's
Three and a half.
-140. So yeah, it's probably like I'd say 130 for three.
Okay,
I
okay,
don't I don't get it.
okay. So I like the to cover. I like him Kovacevic to cover, and I lean towards his money line. I think he has a good shot to win against Ronaldo.
All right. So +3.5, and you're taking the money line.
Yes, I'm going with the dog here.
All right. Yeah, you're laddering him. I like it. So
So
you're confident in this guy. How far do you think he could go?
Kovacevic, I don't know. He's picking up his pace to become an ATP level guy. I think he can go like second round, third.
Uh,
He's not very good like other top players, but I think he can win this first round and maybe win the second. I don't know who is playing next round. Next, I have another American that I'm going to lean on his money line, and that's Jensen Brooksby against Benjamin Bouncy. Jensen Brooksby, as you can see here, he's a not a very guy in the rankings. Fun fact: he has autism, but he plays very well tennis. He had an injury. He's playing with a protected ranking in this Indian Wells tournament, and I think he can beat Bonzi. Bonzi, I think he's a guy that likes more the slower courts. I think if this matchup happened last year in the Indian Wells before the change of venues, I think Bouncy could win against Jensen Brooksby. But now that the court is faster, I think Brooksby have a better chance of beating Bouncy. I have Jensen Brooksby listed at even money on the money line. Ray, if you could check that, please.
Yeah, I got it looks like it's a pick 'em.
Yeah,
115 to Brooksby and 110 to Bonzi.
yeah. For me, I will pick Jensen Brooksby on this one. I lean towards Brooksby. I think he's he's playing in American soil, so it has the home crowd advantage. He's too low in a head to head matchup. That one happened in 2021. That's not a very value information. He won in Wimbledon as well 2 years ago, but like I said, he had an injury, so I'm not very sure of his condition. So I'm just leaning on his money line.
So if he was healthy, you wouldn't get this good of a number. Like maybe it
Yeah,
would be
I
like
think I
minus
think
one
it,
forty.
I think if this happened like here in Wimbledon, if this happened like 2 years ago, I think Jensen Brooksby will just smoke Bonzi in this fast court. He smoked him in Wimbledon, which is a which is the fastest court is grass,
Yep.
7-6, 7-5, 6-3. So I think Jensen Brooksby with this type of paced game that's that's this year Indian Wells type of venue. I think Jensen Brooksby can win. He had an injury, so he was out for a couple of time. So I'm just leaning here with the Brooksby.
All right. I like it.
So next matchup, I'm again going with an American player. This time is Nishesh Bazavareddy, a young talent from the US, playing against Boo. I don't know, Ray, if you want to pronounce his name. You want to get a try?
Man, no, I do not. You could Yunchate.
Yung Chaokete Boo.
That
I
was
think
close.
that's yeah, I think
That was
that's
close.
close. Yeah.
I'll pat myself on the back.
So Bazavareddy, he's a stud. He's an American player. I think he's 19 years old. This year made this year's made the final. I think if I'm not mistaken, let me just see if that checks out. No, he made semifinals in Auckland, in New Zealand, lost against Monfils, but beat very good players throughout the tournament. He made the semifinals through the qualifying. So a very talented young player who's facing Boo, who's this season has a record of on hard of 1-5, so 1 win and 5 losses. So playing on home soil, Bazavareddy can win this matchup. I'm very confident on Bazavareddy to win. So I like him on the money line.
Yep.
And Ray, if you could check the spread for
The
me to
money line is minus 175. Let
yeah.
me go up the spread here.
People can join Bazavareddy money line with something else that I'm going to share here. I have some lower odds as well that I can share, so you can do like a two leg parlay if you want. And now I just need to confirm the spread.
I'm looking for it.
You have time, right? Don't worry.
I'm not worried.
I'm going
Games.
to I'm just going to talk about Wu here. As you can see, last year he had a record of 40 wins and 14 losses, but this is challenger level. Don't be mistaken because this is challenger level. Wu now he's playing ATP level type of tournaments, and he's currently out of five to start the season. So not very good for him. And Nishesh Basavaredi is already taking his pace into the ATP level type of guy. He's 9-4 throughout this season. So I think Basavaredi playing at home, have again the support from the USA crowd. I think Basavaredi can easily beat Bull and cover the spread.
All
For
right.
him, for him
Hold on.
to
That
cover,
spread is -2.5, and you get that at -115. So,
yeah. So I would lean towards the spread, and I would like the Basavaredi money line.
all right,
Let's move on, shall we?
let's go.
Next, I have Menchik against Echeverry. There it is. Jakub Mensik, another stud. He's now also 19 years of age. I I don't think he had already turned 20. No, he didn't. He's still 19. Playing against Thomas Martin Echeverry. So for people to understand, Echeverry is more like a clay court guy. He likes more to play clay courts. As you can see here, he has a better record in clay than hard courts. Clay, has 20 wins and 12 losses. Last year, 7-10 in hard. And Jakub Mensik last year was cruising. 26 wins, 12 losses for Jakub Mensik, a young stud from Czech Republic. He's number 27 in the world. And this line is around, I would say, -150, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on. You said he was cruising. Why did he stop cruising?
No, he didn't stop cruising. He also
Oh, he's still cruising.
he's still cruising. He has a 6-4 winning record this season. But last season he played phenomenal in some tournaments. I can show you. He made the quarterfinals of Shanghai, won a set against Djokovic, made the third round in the U.S. Open. Indian Wells make won the first round, lost to Ben Shelton in the second, won his set against Ben Shelton. In last year in Doha, he made the final, lost to Kachanov, beat Rublev, and Andy Murray was already retired, unfortunately. Made the second round of Australian Open, going through the qualifying. So a young guy with a lot of potential, in my opinion. And I
Yeah.
think he can beat Echeverry because Echeverry is more a clay court guy, as I showed you, because of his record.
So he's a big favorite to this guy, -200. You
Minus
can get
100?
you get the spread at -3.5 at plus money.
Yeah,
Plus 110.
I wouldn't go with the spread because it's a big number, -3.5. If it was -2.5, I would go with it. But at -3.5, I rather stay out and go only with the money line. I like the money line on Mensik.
So -2.5 is -130. So you like that?
Yeah. So for people that I said earlier that you can like combine Basavaredi line with something, you can put a 2-leg parlay, Basavaredi money line with Jakub Mensik money line as well.
All right.
And that I don't know if that price, Ray, if you could simulate that price, I think that will get us to plus money if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Plus 135.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
All right. Well, you
Going
know
with
what? I'm
going
betting
with
right now.
going with a half unit on that two leg parlay. So next up we have Sensation Fonseca, as they call him, the new guy on tour, João Fonseca, the Brazilian guy. He's 18 years old. I think this year his first year in this Indian Wells tournament. João Fonseca is 18 years old and has a record of 9 wins and 1 loss on hard courts. won a challenger in the beginning of the year, beat 3-0 Rublev in the Aussie Open, which is mental in my opinion. And he played the Golden Swing in the in Rio de Janeiro and Buenos Aires. Had a record of 5-1. And for me, João Fonseca is an all-around player. He plays well in every single surface, but I think he likes more the hardcore surface because he played the beginning of his professional career. He played a lot of tournaments in the US, some challenger level tournaments. João Fonseca played Jakob Fernley in the beginning of 2025, beating him 6-3, 6-3 in straight sets. And Fonseca, I think I would just lean the win for him here because I don't know his level coming off the Golden Swing in clay. And Jakob Fernley is a big server. He likes this type of fast court type of tournaments. And will just lean the Fonseca money line, and we could join Fonseca money line with something else that we
Yeah,
are
you
going
gotta.
to
You
show.
probably have to put him with something else because it's minus 250. So
Yeah,
he's a big favorite here.
he's a big favorite, and understand that it's fair odds for
So
me.
it. All right. So if you like betting the, I mean, some people will bet it straight up to minus 250. So you're saying
Okay,
you're getting good value on the
yeah,
minus 250.
yeah. I think this is a fair odd. Fonseca might win, in my opinion. He should win because he's the better player.
All right. I like it.
Next up, I have Kekmanovic against Grigspur. A very very tough matchup here because these are two players that are very very similar in type of styles of play. So I'm going to ask you, Ray. If you see here, they played 3 times in 2024. Grigspur leading the head-to-head 2-1. I'm going to discard these 2 matches because they are played in Graz, and I'll only focus in Beijing. Kekmanovic lost 2-1 to Grigspur, 6-7, 6-4, 6-3. So I'm going to ask you, Ray, what's the line on the over on this game?
The over.
Yeah, because I like the over.
Over total games.
Yes, total games.
23 and a half at minus 105.
Check for me, please. The minus 22.5.
That would be minus 130.
Okay, I will take the minus 131, the
22 and a half.
22.5. Yeah. And I'm also leaning Kekmanovic on this one because he made a great run in Delray Beach, a tournament in the US ATP level. Won the tournament actually and beat good players on the way to the final, such as Fokina, Mikkelsen, Geron, Nishioka as well, but Nishioka withdrew from the match. So I like Kekmanovic. I think this is a pick'em, Ray, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the other guy is a little bit of a favorite. It's minus 120 to minus 105.
Kekmanovic is minus 105.
Correct.
I like that one. I lean towards Kekmanovic money line. That price I think it's very juicy. If you can shop around and find a plus money, it will be great.
Yeah, I'd assume you could.
Yeah, I'm talking to the people here. If you could shop around and find a plus money line on Kekmanovic, that will be great. That will be perfect. But I like more the over 22.5 more than Kekmanovic money line. So I'm just leaning here with Kekmanovic, and I'm taking the over.
All right.
So let's move on. Next up, I have Navone against Warner Tien. Another American that I'm taking, Warner T and money line. You can put up Warner T and money line with Jean Fonseca money line. Ray, if you could check that price in a moment.
Tien and who?
Tien and Fonseca.
That is minus 116.
Minus 116.
Yep. Tien is minus 300.
Yeah, I understand that because Navone is a clay court guy, as I can show you here. He has a record of 2-7 in hard courts last year. Of clearly a clay court guy. And Warner Tien last year only lost 8 games in hard court outdoors. 8 games and won 53. So Warner Tien is a very good player, especially if you want to see here, is mainly play tournaments in the US. One in LA, made quarters in Winston-Salem, semifinals in Chicago, won a futures here, won Bloomfield Hills. We have a couple future action. As you can see, he had a run of 3 straight tournament ones here.
Oh.
3 straight low. This is lower than Challenger, so he improved a lot since last year. And as you can see in the final stages of the season, he made a lot of finals in the challenger level. Beat Muzafaredi here, as you can see, and beat like players like Bonzi. Let me see here more. He beat Majoran, which is a ATP level guy. Beat Sabot Wild. Lost to Carreno Busta, which is a ex top 20 player in the world. And let me see more. Yeah, he beat Kypson, he beat Brandon Holt, which are players that I have a good level, in my opinion. And Navone, he's a clay court guy. For me here, the clear favorite is Tien, and the odds show that. So let's move on to the next one. I have a Portuguese man that's actually playing on Wednesday. That's Nuno Borges. For the people who don't know, I'm from Portugal, so of course I'm taking Nuno here.
You're a homer.
Yeah, I'm Homer right now, and I think clearly he's playing great. As you can see here, 8-5 this year, and Arthur from France, he hasn't played well for the start of this season. He has a record. He's a pretty mid guy in my opinion. He's ranked 73 in the world. For me, he's mid. He's a mid ATP player type of guy. And Nuno Borges last year made a great run. I think it was in the Aussie Open and made run of 16 in the US Open, was to Medvedev, and beat players like Kokkinakis, beat Jakub Mensik in the third round. Then Cincinnati lost to Rune in a tough match that I saw that match. Beat Humbert in Montreal. Won Phoenix. That's a challenger tournament that's happening in a couple of weeks. Indian Wells lost to Fields in the first round, unfortunately, 6-5, 7-6, 6-2. And I think last year he made great runs, especially in the Aussie Open and the US Open. He beat Dimitrov, I think it was 3-1. And he was like a plus 1,000 underdog, and he beat Dimitrov. As you can see, right, I don't know if this is true. I can check that later, but I think this is plus 1,000 dog. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but this is last year. This is not this year.
All
this
right.
is this already happened.
So he won. He won as a big long shot.
Yeah, he won as a very underdog. He was very underdog to that match. I didn't think he could beat Dimitrov, even myself that I'm Portuguese, and he did. So I was very impressed. And this year he's playing good. And in my opinion, taking Borges on the money line is the right play. I like him. And this is a like for me.
He's expensive too, minus 240.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's his spread same way. The minus 3.5
Yeah,
is
it's too
even
big.
money.
It's too big. It's too
Two
big
and a
for
half
me.
is minus 150. So
Yeah, that
you'd parlay him with someone else too.
yes, that we're going to check later. We can parlay him.
Uh,
So let's continue. I have just two more games to go. I have Sefulin against Opelka, another American player, but this time I'm not going with an American player. I'm actually looking at the total in this one. Right? Could you hit me up with the total?
I'm looking. Opelka.
Yeah, Opelka gets against Sefulin.
I got it.
I have here plus over 23 and a half in my book.
What do you have?
23 and a half. 23 and a half at
I'm
minus
looking.
110. Minus 110, minus 105. It depends on the books.
I don't know. I don't see a total for this one. I see his total games won at 13 and a half, but that's just for
Yeah,
you.
that's just Opelka's game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have here in my in this. This is a. I don't know if this is available on the OS.
25 and a half at minus 115.
25 and a half.
Yep.
That's a lot. That's a
Too
lot.
much?
I have 23 and a half. That would work for me. But if you could check if there's a line for a tiebreak, if there's a tiebreak in the match,
Yep.
if you could search for that, I
Yeah.
think
So the yes is minus 200.
minus 200.
Yep.
It's a bit risky, but I think this is a, this can have a tiebreak because Opelka is a serve bot. He serves really fast, and Safulin likes this type of courts fast. And I think this is a game where neither of players can break their serves because Opelka just serves too fast, but his return game is not very good. So I think that a tiebreak here will be a play, but at that price, I'd rather stay out.
All right. Yeah. So you probably can't. You can't parlay tiebreak. No.
No, that won't be a great idea because it's hard. But I think a tiebreak here can be an option if people want to take the
Yeah.
tiebreak with Borges. I think that will be okay. That will be a good price. But
There we go.
for for me, I have the over. Like I said, that's it's over 23 and a half at minus 110. So that for me will I will go with that. I would lean towards the over.
All right.
Even if it's a big number, I'm leaning towards this because like I said, Opelka serves really well and the Safulin will just trying to put Opelka run again after the ball, and I think this can have a tiebreak and can cover the over. But for me, that the price of the tiebreak is a very it's low. If you want to, you can go with a tiebreak and Borges. If you could check the price, the final price, right? And people, I'm just saying I can win with the over. The number is big, but I can win with it.
All right. Okay, you could go on to the next guy while I look at this one.
Okay. So last match is Struff. There it is against Monfils. Struff is I think Struff is finished. I think his career might be finished at some point near because he's not a new guy. He's not younger enough. He lost badly to Medvedev, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
So that
Yeah.
is plus money. The Borges and the tie break, you get plus 112.
Okay. I would lean towards that.
All
Just a lean. So he lost to Medvedev in Dubai. Medvedev is not showing a great level. Like Struff lost in the first round of Doha, Australian Open, just won in the first round of Auckland, and then lost to Monfils, who is playing here today in Indian Wells. Today, Wednesday.
Yep.
So Monfils won a tournament in the beginning of the year, won Auckland, won against Bozzaveretti, and as you can see here, 2025, in the beginning of the season, Monfils beat Struff 6-1, 7-6. Beat Struff again in 2018, 6-3, 1-6, 6-3 in Doha, but this is a slower court than Indian Wells. And I like Monfils' money line here, and I lean towards the spread for
Yep. You
Monfils.
could get the spread at -2.5, and that price is -105. So that's not too bad.
Okay, I lean towards that number. I lean towards minus 2.5.
And then his money line's -165. So I'm assuming that's not too bad either.
Yeah, that's not really bad. I have around that. I have around that number as well. So he's leading in the head-to-head Rio. I don't count this one because this is clay in the French Open. So for me, this is a 2-0 head-to-head record in favor of Monfils, and I think he has every single tool to beat Struff, because Struff doesn't like this fast type of courts, and Monfils actually won a tournament early this year that's a fast court in Oakland. So I think the conditions for Monfils are set, and I think he can win against Struff.
Man, it sounds like he's gonna dominate that guy.
I think too, because as you see here in the beginning of the season, he won 6-1, 7-6. So he covered the spread easily. The spread ended in 6.
Yeah.
And the spread right now is -2.5. And
Yeah.
he smoked him in the beginning of the season.
I like that. I like that.
Right? That's all for me. That's all the plays I have.
All right. So if you didn't get, we'll recap this in a minute.
Yes.
If you didn't get it, he's posting them. Nello, tell them where they can find your plays, where they can find you.
I'm going to post all these plays in the Hit the Pick Discord and also in my Twitter. That's below me, Nello Picks 85. I post every single day. I'm very I have very, very good winners over there. So go check that out. Drop a follow, hit that like button, and just follow the content, man. I just want to give money to the people. That's
Trying to
who I
take
am.
mine, yeah. That's sweet. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you want to go over your bets again then?
Yeah. Let's go through our bets for Wednesday. First, I said leaning towards, let me just share this real quick. Here, sharing my screen. Right there it is.
Yep.
Thanks. So, as I said, I like Kovacevic to cover the spread. I think that was minus plus 3.5, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And also leaning him on the money line. He's a dog in this matchup. I have plus 170 here. You can lean towards that, and I like him to cover against Ronaldo.
Is this the first match of the day?
I think so, but the games are set to the same time. As you can see here, they are all set to the same time. So the schedule is not ready yet. Right. Next we have Brooksby money line. I went towards Brooksby. Like I said, I'm concerned about the injury he had, but with this type of conditions in Indian Wells, the court being faster than last year, I think Brooksby has a good shot to beat Bonzi, and I'm leaning towards that. So next I have Bozzaveretti to beating Boo. I said Bazavaredi. I really liked his money line, and I would have parlayed that Bazavaredi money line with the Manchik money line, and that will get you to plus money. I think that was plus 130,
Yep.
130ish.
Yep.
So that's it. Manchik money line and Bazavaredi money line. I like that combo. Next, I have Fonseca. Let me see where he's at. Yes, there it is. Fonseca to beat Fernley. And also parlaying that with Tian beating Navone. That gets you to a lower price, but I like also this one because they're this just two young guys that for me that they are clear favorites to beat their first round matchups. Then I have Kekmanovic against Grigsport. I have two picks here. I like the over that is on he's on the line. I think the over is, let me see. The over is over. I have over 23. That's over 22 and a half. And I lean towards Kekmanovic money line just in because he he won Delray Beach early this year, and I think he's ready. He has more experience in the American soil this year than Grigspur. He's he has been practicing in Indian Wells for a for a couple of time. He was in Mexico in the 25th of February, so he had like I don't know 2 weeks right to prepare for this Indian Wells tournament. So yeah, like I said, I lean towards Kekmanovic to win against Grigspor, but I like more the over in this match.
Okay.
Next, I have Borges to win against Arthur. Like I said, Borges has been very good. Arthur hasn't been very good. Hasn't been simple as that. I'm going to keep it simple. Borges money line, parlaying with a tiebreak.
I'm for parlaying Borges with everything. How about that?
Right. Portuguese people support Portuguese guys, so I'm on it. Like I'm taking a lot of American players as well. I'm rooting for you. Like I said, Borges money line, parlaying with the tiebreak on Safiul and Opelka. This is just a lean. This combo. In the Opelka Safiul game, I like more the over, but if you have a higher number than 23 and a half, you can stay out of this one.
Yep.
I just lean on the Opelka Safiul tiebreak plus the Borges money line, and I play with the over. If you have 23 and a half, if you don't have 23 and a half, just stay out.
But you wouldn't go under the 25 and a half, correct?
Yeah, under in tennis, especially in this match, under is very risky because imagine that you have like a 2-0 score for each one of the players.
Yeah.
But it is two tie breaks. So 7-6, 7-6. 7-6, 7-6, that's 13 in each set. That's 26. So the under doesn't go.
Right.
So and to finish our video, Monfils money line. I like him. He's better than Struff. He beat Struff early in the year. So for me, Monfils all the way in this one. And I lean towards the spread as well.
All right. Click this off.
And
all right. Perfect. So you can find all the plays at Nello Picks 85. He also throws them into Discord. You need an invite, let me know. I'll send you there. I'm Tom Macrina. You can find me at Rycape. Make sure you like, subscribe, head to the Discord. Go give Hit the Pick Wins a follow on X. And make sure you go get your $100 from hitthepick.com. Nello, thanks for coming on.
It's always a pleasure, Ray. Thank you for having me in.
Yeah, man. So we'll do this again. And I guess after that,
yes,
let's catch some tickets.